Hey guys, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with a review of another book that I read quite a while ago. I finished this book in June, and that book, it blew me away with its sheer artistry. The book I'm talking about is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This is a standalone fantasy novel that's over 800 pages long. And the first time I saw the cover of this book, I was like, I lost my mind. And when I regained my senses and started reading this, I went completely mental. Okay, I'm not going to hold this because it's very, very, very heavy. So I'm going to put it here. Please don't fall. At the end of it all, I'm so grateful to the author for giving me the ride of a lifetime. And now, even months later, the mere memory of this book, of reading this book, of what happened in this book, it makes me want to go back to reading it or read it for the first time perhaps. This is the story of Queen Sabran Berethnet, who is descended from the knight who established the kingdom of Virtudom. But now she needs to have a girl child because the line is matriarchal. And then there is Eid Dorian. I don't know how these names are pronounced, but I hope I'm pronouncing them right. But she is a maid in Sabran's court and has been sent by the Priory to protect the queen. And in another kingdom, there's Tane, who is about to be tested to become a dragon rider. And then there's the Nameless One, who is stirring beneath the depths and who is sending his worms, sort of his Chela's disciples, you could call him. I'm not really sure. But he's sending his worms into the world to wreak havoc and spread the word of his rising. And these two kingdoms are like so far apart. They're split on decisions, they're split geographically, but now that this Nameless One is rising, they have to come together to defeat the Nameless One, and they have to take a decision as to how they will fight him. Will they find victory? Will they find redemption? Will they find love? And will they find everything positive that there is in this whole world? And will their lives change for the better or for the worse? Forms the entire story. There was very little that I did not like about this book, and the only thing that I did not like was the fact that it took so much time, so long to establish the story and actually get into it. But that is exactly why I lobbed off half a star. The other 4.5 stars are for how amazing the book on the whole is. There was nothing else the problem apart from this minor thing. In fact, I felt that it was such a good thing that this is completely one book and not made into a series just to mint money. I love that fact, but there are also many other facts that I really loved, which I'm going to list out now. And the first one is the world building. And oh my god, Samantha Shannon, are you for real? Like, what kind of a world building is that? So amazing, so vivid. See, the thing is, she did take her time introducing the characters and the worlds that they were living in, but once she did that, it paid out so amazingly well. I was in awe of it. I'm still in awe of it. It's so grand, so out of this world, that I just wanted to jump into the pages and experience the grandeur that the characters were going through, that they were experiencing. Of course, not all the characters and all the things in there are good. For example, the Nameless One. But I think with a dragon by my side, I could manage. I could handle it all well. Number 2 is how easily she made me go from why is this taking so long to dang, I love this. 20% of the time I was like, this is taking too long. Oh my god, why is this taking so long? But then there came a time when I enjoyed it so much that I really didn't care about the length. And at the end I was like, did it finish too fast? Do I want another book? But then again, I'm glad that she didn't cut it down into multiple books and make it into a series, because this was perfect, and cutting it down into a series would have dampened the experience a little bit. So, and then there's so much representation in this book. People are accepted irrespective of color, and that somehow choked me into an emotion that I'm sort of embarrassed in admitting to. But then again, I'm also proud for feeling the way I did because of the representation in this book, and that is not a bad thing at all, and there's nothing to be embarrassed about, and I'm proud of it. Yes, I am proud of crying my eyes out, or not, or anything, just for reading this book. The next thing that I love about this book is how queer people and relationships are completely normal and nothing to make a fuss about in here. Like, I'm not saying that in a degrading manner or something. I'm just saying that it should be like that in real life too. I'm just awestruck, and I'm just admiring the way she has brought that scenario into her books, because LGBT people are normal like you and me. and they don't need to have to go through this entire identity crisis and everything while we go about our lives just like that, and they have to go through everything in the entire world to finally find themselves. That's a little unfair towards them. See, to read about such relationships in which people accept LGBT people the way they accept straight people without questions and without having to convince themselves is something that made me so happy, and I really hope that happens in real life too, and soon. And what do I say about the gender equality in this one? Like in most fantasy, in many fantasy series, the moment you say knight, you get men. Knights are men. For example, even in the Song of Ice and Fire series, the knights were men, and the only other knight was Brienne of Tarth, and she was also conferred with the title of Sir. And what does that say? And this is such a refreshing change, because when you read about someone taking off the helm, you expect a man to talk. It's not that she specifically says that this knight is a woman, it's just that she leaves it open. She just talks about it normally, and here the knight could be of any gender. And that is something that I really love. See, the names felt a little ridiculous in the beginning, but by the end of it all, they were some of the most awe-inspiring names of all time, and that taught me something, that one. Yes. And the end felt like it was a little rushed, but because of the magnitude of how epic this story was, I can actually, let that one go. So in the end, I'll just say that this book made me feel so much that I just want to hug it and never let go. And I know I will be reading this again. I don't know when, but I will read it again, because I want to go on that roller coaster again. I realize I'm saying again a lot, but then again, I just want to go and binge read everything that Samantha Shannon's ever written. And she's writing Bone Season 4, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm like, I haven't even read Bone Season. I'm still in awe of this book, of The Priory of the Orange Tree. It has quite a few mixed reviews, but I loved it. It was a complete roller coaster and a joy to read and imagine everything that was going on there in my head. And it was, I would highly recommend this, especially for lovers of fantasy fiction. This would be amazing. I gave The Priory of the Orange Tree 4.5 out of 5 stars. So what did you think of my review? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Have you read this book? What are your thoughts on this book? Will you go ahead and buy this book after watching my review? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.